They say love can build a home, but they never tell you that that same love can burn it down to ashes. In one quiet Nigerian town, a young woman once vanished without a trace. Two people later died from food poisoned. And at the center of it all was a love story that began innocently. The kind that inspired blessings and envy. This is not just a tale of romance. It is a story of sacrifice, betrayal, obsession, and consequences.
I promise to love you forever.
This is a love story between Michael and Thelma, who grew up together side by side in the same neighborhood. From childhood, they were known as inseparable. When others played, they planned their future. Under mango trees and moonlight evenings, they promised each other a lifetime. Michael was ambitious, intelligent, and full of dreams. Thelma was gentle, loyal, and deeply devoted. When Michael said,
It will be you and I until death do us part,
Thelma believed him with every breath she took. Years passed, and they both found themselves in the same university. Michael was already in his final year, a 500-level mechanical engineering student, preparing to graduate and chase opportunities abroad. Thelma was a 200-level nursing student, still finding her feet, still dreaming of becoming a nurse who would save lives and make her mother proud. Michael dreamed of traveling to the UK for greener pastures, of a life beyond the struggles of home. Thelma dreamed of standing beside him as his wife. Their dreams seemed to align. After Michael signed out of the university, the excitement of graduation quickly turned into anxiety. Visa processing began, and money became the obstacle standing between Michael and his dreams. He sold part of his family land, but it wasn't enough. Each day, he complained bitterly to Thelma about how everything was working against him, how his dream might die before it even started. Thelma listened, her heart aching. She loved Michael deeply and trusted him completely. Watching him struggle felt like watching herself drown. In her desperation to save his dream, she made a decision that would later destroy her own life. Her close friend Joy tried to stop her. Joy warned her gently and firmly.
Thelma, do not sacrifice your education or future for any man, no matter how much you love him.
But love had already blinded Thelma. She saw sacrifice as proof of devotion. She believed love means giving everything, even if it left her with nothing. Quietly, without telling anyone, Thelma forfeited her education. She dropped out of school and saved all her school fees. Every naira she had set aside for her future, she gave it all to Michael to support his journey abroad. She lied to everyone, including her mother, a single but wealthy woman who had invested her whole life into her daughter's success. Thelma told her mother,
Mommy, I'm going for lectures today. We are starting our exam next month.
To keep up with the lie, Thelma followed her classmates around the campus. When they got to 300 level and were inducted into the nursing department, they began wearing their nursing uniforms, and Thelma joined them. She wore the uniform, she took pictures and posted them online. She even sent them to her mother. Her mother was overjoyed. On video call, she thanked her daughter repeatedly, praising her for making her proud. Thelma smiled through the screen, while guilt sat heavy in her chest, just like a stone. Eventually, Michael's travel plan came together. At the airport, Thelma hugged him tightly, tears soaking his shirt. She begged him.
Please do not betray our love.
Michael held her. He reassured her and promised her that he would make it big and come back for her. Thelma believed him, but she cried. She watched him board the plane, unaware that she had just waved goodbye to the man she thought she knew. When Michael arrived in the UK, communication between them was still strong. They spoke every single day. Sometimes they spoke for hours. They laughed, they gossiped, and they planned their future together. At night, they often fell asleep with their calls still connected. Whenever Michael ran out of money, Thelma sent him money. Their love still felt alive. Thelma believed her sacrifice had been worth it. She did not know that this was the last season of peace she would ever have. Because, far away, in a country she had never seen, a decision was about to be made that would cost lives. Years passed and questions began to rise. Thelma's mother started asking her about her results, about clinical postings, and when she would begin her nursing practice.
My love, when will your result come out and when are you going to start your nursing practice?
Each time the question came, Thelma waved them off. She changed topic or she lied again. But a mother's instinct does not rest easily. Her mother began to investigate quietly. What she discovered broke her completely. She discovered that her daughter had dropped out of school in her second year and had been lying all along. The shock was too much for her heart to bear. She collapsed and was rushed to the hospital, where the doctor confirmed that she had already died. That night, Thelma cried until her eyes could no longer produce tears. She mourned her mother, her lies, and the future she had thrown away. In the UK, Michael's situation took a turn for the worse. The little money he had finished, and survival became a daily struggle. Once again, he turned to Thelma, and again, she sent him money. Then fate and temptation stepped in. At the bus station, Michael met Sophia, a rich 30-year-old lady who offered him a lift. And during the ride, they talked and they exchanged numbers. That same evening, Sophia invited him for dinner. Michael accepted, hoping it would lead to help or a job opportunity. At her house, Sophia made her intention clear. She would help him financially and secure him a good job, but only on one condition.
Mikhail, I want you to get married to me.
At first, Michael refused. He remembered Thelma, her sacrifices, and the promises he had made to her. But hunger, fear, and ambition are powerful persuaders.
No, I can't do this to Thelma. I love her so much.
For days, Michael thought about the offer. He imagined a life of stability, comfort, and permanent residency in the United Kingdom. Eventually, he chose survival over loyalty. Michael accepted Sophia's offer. As his life began to improve, his communication with Thelma began to fade. He stopped answering her calls and he ignored all her messages. Thelma grew very worried, thinking something bad had happened. She prayed, she fasted, and she cried. Unknown to her that the man she was praying for had already replaced her. Michael married Sophia in the UK. Pictures of their wedding flooded the social media. Joy saw the pictures and rushed to show Thelma. At first, Thelma laughed in disbelief, convincing herself it was fake.
This cannot be Michael, it must be AI.
But as more evidence appeared, reality hit her like a slap. Everything she had sacrificed came crashing down on her. Her education, her future, her mother's trust. Joy reminded her of everything. She reminded her of the warnings she had given. And Thelma wept bitterly. She drowned in regrets. She never believed Michael would betray her love. Sophia later insisted on traveling to Nigeria to meet Michael's family.
I want to travel to Nigeria to see your family.
No, not this time. Maybe next
He
time.
eventually agreed after much persuasion. When they arrived, Sophia posted pictures online, tagging Michael proudly. Joy saw the pictures again and rushed to Thelma. This time, she smiled calmly and asked Joy to accompany her to Michael's house. Joy was confused by her calmness, unaware that something dark had already taken root in Thelma's heart. Michael was so shocked to see Thelma. Immediately, he introduced Sophia to Thelma as his wife. Then he dragged Thelma aside and explained everything to her. He claimed that he married Sophia only for papers and promised to divorce her later and bring Thelma to the UK. Thelma nodded, pretending to believe him, though love and trust had long died within her. The very next day, Thelma went to the market and bought ingredients for pepper soup. She cooked it carefully, allowing the aroma to fill the air. Joy came around and perceived the aroma of the pepper soup. She requested for some and even asked for more. Then Thelma dished some into a food flask and poisoned it. She carried the food flask to Michael's house. With a very bright smile, she handed it over to him. She watched them eat and she left quietly. She returned home, fulfilled, packed a few clothes and disappeared. Few hours later, the town was shaken by the news that Michael and Sophia had been poisoned to death. Investigations pointed to Thelma, but she was long gone. Michael and Sophia were buried. For Thelma, no one knew her whereabouts. Till today, her face still appears on wanted posters. Her pictures spread across newspapers, TV stations, and social media. But Thelma was gone without a trace. Some say she fled the country. Some say she changed her identity. Some even said she still walks among us. And that is the end of the story. Thank you so much for watching, friends. A quick moral lesson. Always tell the truth to your parents. If Thelma had told her mother the truth, she would have received guidance, correction, and another chance at her education instead of silence and regret.
Please do not
Never
betray our love.
sacrifice your future for love. The person who truly loves you should protect your dreams and not destroy them. Thank you.